Can you start with the injury situation, please?
Yeah, it's quite a lot. So had a clearing session today. It was parts of training, so part of the clearing session today, and then he should be, if that's fine, then he should be completely normal training from tomorrow on. Alberto Moreno on a good way, so training meanwhile 4 or 5 days or so, and looks good. We had a few players struggled a little bit with illness. Ragnar Klavan, Dejan, and Mo Salah. I think Raggy and Mo should be back today, hopefully, or tomorrow. Other injuries. Klein is doing well, but still a few steps to go. Who else? Virtual trains normal. Yeah, trained normal. Then is fit.
As far as Daniel is concerned, there's been a lot of talk of the possibility of him maybe moving somewhere, perhaps on loan. That might have an effect on Danny Ings. What are your thoughts on your sort of secondary strikers, if you like, and whether Daniel perhaps would benefit from going off somewhere?
Oh, there are a lot of questions. That's a question, and that all. My question about the transfer market, and we don't discuss the transfer market here. So, unfortunately, if there are any rumors, I'm not aware of that, but it's not too important. So we will see what happens until the 31st. But of course, what I can say is we have a long and very decisive part of the season still to play. So we cannot only. I said it a few times in this part of the in this transfer window, it looks always like the season is already over and everybody who didn't play often enough wants to leave then or stuff like that. But we still have games to play and we need all the players. So we will see how it will be at the 31st. But nothing else to say about that, to be honest.
Are you actively still looking to bring anyone in at all? I mean, Coutinho obviously. Is there a like-for-like possibility that you're actively looking for in this window, or are you happy to just let things go now?
Well, I think that the answer for something like that, if something, I don't know, will jump in my face or whatever, then we will maybe we think about it. But no, we don't look actively that we find now a new player which we don't know so far, and think maybe that's the solution or whatever. I said it before. It's just we have to. First of all, we have to use the players we have, and I think that makes absolutely sense because we have really high-quality players, especially Adam Lallana. He's not the replacement for Phil Coutinho. He's a completely different player, but he's a fantastic player, and he couldn't play most of the part. Big part. No, he couldn't play like 2017 in the first part of this season. So, and he's back, and it's good. So, not really. I could say we are active now.
Just one general question on the market itself. It looks as though we're about to see Alexis Sanchez moving from Arsenal to Manchester. And for a player that only has 6 months left on his contract, the fee could be in the region of £35 million. What do you think that says about the state of the transfer market at the moment when we've got a club like Manchester City with the resources that they've got and they say that's too expensive?
Now I could really create headlines, but I won't. So it's not my business, not my cup of tea. So we had our big transfer. Everybody could say about that or our 2 big transfers. So in this window, I'm not sure. Is it fixed already with Alexi too?
It's not absolutely written in stone, but it's the finer details are being sorted out as we speak.
So how was that? Nothing to say about the numbers, but I cannot imagine that City leaves the race because of money. So maybe it's because there are 2 opportunities in Manchester, and if you think you can go to one or the other, then maybe one club thinks, yeah, then I don't want him anymore. Maybe, I'm not sure, but it's not about money. Yeah? So Alexis Sanchez makes sense for pretty much each team in the world because he's a fantastic player. So bring him in whenever. I think helps. United as well. Of course, so he's a really good player. So, but how I said, we are not in. So that's the only thing I'm interested in. So that's it.
Peter?
Jurgen, you're off to Swansea. You beat them 5-0 recently. You're 30 points ahead of them. You had all the delight of last weekend. But how do you go against complacency this weekend?
Oh, look, life is summary of challenges, and that's a big challenge. We played against the top of the table with Man City, played a fantastic game, played Swansea a few weeks ago, not too long ago, with a former and a caretaker manager. And I said after the game was much more difficult than the result could let you think. And so we know about the specific challenge in this game because they are now bottom of the table. That's how it is, but they are on a good way. To be honest, what you saw since new manager is in is a big improvement again. It's much better results. Won during the week, the FA Cup rematch, the replay, and doing well. And so that's all we think about. And I'm not even sure if we have a look on our game against Swansea, because it will be different. We need to have a look on the games since they changed the manager, and that's a challenge, to be honest. But so how it always is, if you know about a challenge, you can be prepared for it, and that's what it's my job to do. That we go there and don't think about a 5-0, don't think about Man City, only think about what do we have to do to keep them away from our goal and be as often as possible in front of their goal. So that's how it is. And Monday night, still a few days to go. Hopefully we can make the choice for the lineup from a pretty much full squad. That would be perfect. And then let's go there and let's use the basis of the season so far and not anything else. So it's clear we go there and we want to win. That's clear, but we know about the difficulty.
You're on a marvellous run at the moment. I think it's 18 games unbeaten. Is it that's the challenge as well? You've got to go to places like Swansea on a Monday night in January and get a result to sort of keep that momentum going?
Look, I don't. If nobody would tell me how often we didn't lose, I've had no idea, would not have an idea about it, because that's all the past. I'm not really interested in that. You can look on the season or look back to a season after the season and not during. So it's not important. Yes, we are in a good moment. We feel in a good moment. I see the boys training every day. It looks good. That's the truth. That's why we can play like we played so far, but we have to do it again. And that's especially as a Liverpool player, you have to. There's no time. You cannot perform 1 week and then 2 weeks not or something like that. We need to deliver consistently and every day and each game and stuff like that. So it's only the next game, and I can't imagine any easy games in the Premier League. And Swansea is for sure not an easy game. It's a long trip. So we fly to Cardiff, drive to Swansea, stuff like that. You don't want to do that, and we have to come back at night and stuff like that. So it's not a friendly game, not in 1 second. It's a real tough Premier League game, and we had enough time, or will have had enough time then on Monday to prepare that game. And we're still in, of course. We're still doing that. Very important sessions to come in this week. And as long as we have enough fit players, we want to go there and win the game, but with all the things we know about.
After the Manchester City game, that Carriers would maybe get a run inside now. Does he continue this weekend in goal?
Do you really think that I changed my mind that quick? Oh yeah, no, yes.
But I was just wondering then, why make the change sort of now, or give him the run inside now when Simon looked quite settled?
First of all, it's first time that I heard anything positive about Simon Mignolet. I'm happy about that. I was always very positive about him, so maybe you should tell him personally. It's how I said, it's a very difficult job, be a goalkeeper or a centre half in Liverpool. So because nobody forgives you one mistake, obviously. Since I'm in, it feels like, wow, if our goalkeeper makes a mistake, it's a disaster. And if any other goalkeeper makes a mistake, then he's still a fantastic goalkeeper, and we should buy him. So I'm really fine with our goalkeeper situation. Yes, Loris Karius could have made a save around the first goal, even when I think, when they scored the first goal against Man City, even I think it was a world-class finish in this moment. It was very surprising, very hard, stuff like that. But so it always makes sense to say the truth. But he's a really good goalkeeper, and we brought him in because we wanted him to play. Well, a few difficulties, but meanwhile he's settled as well, and a lot of really good things in his game. They are natural, and I like them, and now he can show them. That's all. And we changed a lot of positions during the year, and only with the goalkeeper. It looks like we have to stick to our opinion for 20 years if we made a decision one time. So I changed not my opinion, but I changed the situation now, and that's all. But of course, Loris has to deliver. He knows that. And but now he is the number one, and that means he can play a game and he can concede a goal like he conceded against Manchester. It's not that we want that, but it's still possible. And so, but all the good things I like to see again. I saw a lot of good things in the games he played in the last few weeks. That's why he's in.
Michael? Jurgen, momentum is hugely important in football, not just in terms of what happens out on the pitch, but the confidence that it gives the players and the self-belief. Can you sense now amongst your group that there's a real desire to go out and prove their worth in the final, what remains of the season, because the players are confident?
Yeah, it's. I think we play. The boys played a few pieces of fantastic football this season already. A few weeks ago. So that's how it is. But of course we have a strong team and we have a strong squad, a skilled squad, and so we need to win football games. That's how it is. And we need to win football games. You need to perform. That's what we did. But nothing else. And we know that there's, how I said a few times, this is the decisive part. What we did so far is the basis for the rest of the season. Now it's coming up, the decisive part, and now we need to be ready again. And we should not forget the not so good things, but for sure not the really good things, and have to use them as tools. Yeah, we are longer together now. That helps always, but it's an outstanding strong league. So, and especially the fight for this top position, it's really hard, because it's like everybody needs to play like a champion to stay there. If you give a little bit away, then the next one is immediately there and always can get you stuff like that. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting. But yes, our first job is to collect points. We did it a few times. The next job is to make our fans happy. So if we can combine that, that's a pretty good situation. We did it last week, and we have to try it again on Monday.
How important has Andy Robertson become to the team now, when you consider relatively new, played a couple of games and then was left out, but recently, and in particular the last two games, Everton and Manchester City, has been absolutely top draw.
Nice, really nice. Oh, very important. So very important, of course. You all. A lot of people went out about Alberto Moreno before the season, and thought, okay, we need to bring in a new, probably a new fullback. What we did with Andy Robertson was a nice prospect. Really was clear, big talent, offensively skilled. Few gaps to close in his defending things, and so it was not the most easy time. That's how it is, maybe for Andy. I'm sure for Andy, but he was quite cool in the situation. He was not that. He was a lot of times in my office and asked why I don't play, and especially Alberto Moreno played fantastic. Apart from the Sevilla game, he played an outstanding season so far. And then he got injured, and then it's very important. And for a club like Liverpool, it's unbelievably important to have somebody who can. They don't have big bounce, and you think, oh, who is that? And he needed maybe one game. And he was spot on. So that's good. That's absolutely good. It's exactly what we need. And Alberto is on the way back, but doesn't mean anything. That only means our situation is better than that. We have two players for that position, and we have a lot of games and enough games for both of them. So just would be just a good situation. But back to Andy, he stepped up and did really a fantastic job. And it's really nice as a manager to be part of it. To see a player, because that's quite difficult as well. You come to a new club, and everybody's expecting the best from you from the first second you are in, and everybody needs time to adapt, even a football player. And so I'm happy that he had the time, used the time, and could play like he played in the last few games.
Carl?
Does that with Andy and the goalkeeping situation show that the depth you have in your squad now is sufficient to say, to continue, maintain that quality, you can rotate the fullback, you can change the goalkeepers without.
Yeah, but that's it's not the first time that we get aware of that the depth of the squad is quite. It's different to last year. That's how it is. So we have, as I said, we have 4 with Joe. If you want 5 centre halves this week, we had 2. And that happens overnight. One is injured, the other one is ill, stuff like that. And we need to, and as long as you can really react and say it's never a problem because it's a normal part of the season. And but you don't want to change only when the players are injured or something like that. We had a very intense period these 2 weeks now between this game and what was it, Everton and City, and now City and Swansea. That feels like a pre-season. There are so many sessions to work on different things. What we really enjoy, it's fantastic to do things like that. But all the other times you always need to have a game and a game and again, the recovery, a game and stuff, and it will come up again with the Champions League hopefully, and FA Cup hopefully, so we will have enough games for the whole squad, and we will use that. And we said it in December. Late November and December, we said it. For us, there's no alternative to rotate. We felt like it was not necessary all the time. That the player said, "Oh, please, can you leave me out for the next game?" But it was necessary for what's coming up now. But nothing is decided. We still have to use this hopefully now still existing physical power. So that's how, because I said now it's getting very interesting. Every fights for everything, and each game becomes a final, and stuff like that. That will all come up. One fights for the league, one fights for European competition, for everything, and we will be involved in all that. So that's nice.
Just next, Roberto Firmino, the last couple of weeks seems to have been getting a lot more praise. Outside Liverpool circle. How important is he to your game plan, to what he does up there in that central role?
I don't think that it's possible that somebody could get more credit, compliment, praise, whatever you want to say, as Roberto gets from us, to be honest. So, but it's well deserved, everything. So he's a fantastic football player. If you could see him in training, and you think, wow, what a work ethic, what attitude, and he brings it on the pitch as well. So he never rests. So if you want, you have to pull him out. You have to tell him, come on, stop, sit here, calm. So he would never stop, and that's obviously. I hope that, I don't know exactly. I hear it in the stadium that obviously people like him. Good idea. But I have no real idea if anybody thinks he's not important or whatever. I'm not too much interested, to be honest. He is very important, how all the other players as well. But I'm pretty sure if I give the players the opportunity to have a free choice in training, build your teams by yourself, Robbie is one of the first they would pick. Nice to have him around, better than to have him in the other team. So that's maybe the best thing you can say about a football player.